Hey everyone and welcome back on channel. My name is Alex with Meta Endurance. In today's video we have one of the most exciting videos of the year. This is the tier list video for daily trainers. Stay tuned if you want to see the next one, which is going to be super trainers. This video is one of the most exciting because last year you really enjoyed it. It's hard to make, to be honest, because we need to test so many shoes. The shoes that are here that we've tested are the ones I feel comfortable ranking, but again, these are my rankings. If you have a different opinion, let us know in the comments. That's absolutely fine. I actually look forward to knowing where you rank the shoes. This video is sponsored by Top4Running, a website from which you can order these shoes, all of these shoes that you're going to see today in Europe, in all European countries. If you use code META, you get a 5% discount. Top4Running has zero interest in you picking one shoe more than another one. They just want you to find the right one for your needs. Check their website. It's on the screen right now. And yeah, they're just a great partner. Thank you so much, Top4Running, for partnering with us for the tier list of 2025. Without no further ado, let's go. The shoes are ranked by brands in an alphabetical order. So if you're looking for one brand specifically, just go ahead and check it out at where it is in the video. ADIDAS. All of the shoes that are listed here are shoes that released since the last tier list video, just so you understand why there are some 2024 releases and also 2025 releases in this one. Ultraboost 5, for me, this is a C. It's not a bad shoe, but I didn't get any specific feelings with it. It was just a, solid daily trainer, much better than the previous Ultraboosts. So the Ultraboost in the past would have been probably an E or a D, best case. This is a C, so hey, not that bad. Adidas Adistar 3. This one is a little hidden gem. People underrate the Adistar 3 by miles, and I think you should definitely try it if you want to find a reliable daily trainer for 130 euros. For me, this is an A. ASICS Nimbus 27. The Nimbus is the daily trainer at ASICS. It's the ultimate comfort, the fit is great. This year, however, I didn't find the ride to be that exciting. The Nimbus 25 was a home run for me. I really enjoyed this shoe. I trained a lot for a Tokyo Marathon back in 23 with the Nimbus 25. The Nimbus 26 was good as well, but 27 lacks a bit of zestiness, pop, and so on. For me, this is a B. ASICS Cumulus 27. This one, however, is a bit different. I feel like people do not really pay attention to the Cumulus enough. It's kind of that sort of, little sister, little brother to the Nimbus. People don't really know what the Cumulus is, what they have to expect about the Cumulus. I think the Cumulus 27 is actually a better shoe than the Nimbus, and I would give it an A. ASICS Novablast 5. The Novablast originally was that sort of crazy shoe in which you could do so many different things. It could, if I'm being honest, almost be in the Super Trainer tier list video. The reason it's here is that ASICS has so many different shoes that they have some other shoes for the Super Trainer video, namely the Sonic Blast that released lately. So if you want to see where the Sonic Blast ranks, you can go check out the Super Trainer video right here, upper right hand corner. The Novablast 5 is an exciting ride. You can do everything in it for 150 euros. It's a good deal, and I would give it an A. ASICS Megablast. Megablast. That's all I can say. It is a freaking Megablast. If you ever want to buy one shoe that is going to do everything for you, you want to have fun in this shoe, and you are ready to spend quite some money, because at 230 euros, I believe, it's not inexpensive. If you use code META on top4running.com, you can get it for a bit cheaper. But anyways, regardless of the price, which is a different consideration, not really taken into account for my classification, this is a God tier shoe. Brooks Glycerin 22. The Glycerin was not a shoe for me until version 19, I think, or 20, where I really discovered how much you can do in the Glycerin. The Glycerin 22 has a perfect fit. The ride is dampening, it is solid, you can easily do your weekly volume in this shoe and then get just a Super Trainer or race day shoe for the faster stuff. The Glycerin 22 definitely deserves an A. Brooks Glycerin Max. The Glycerin Max is that maximalized shoe with the DNA tune technology. It's not really a Glycerin, it's something different. It's called the Glycerin Max because yes, there's a connection with the Glycerin 22, the Glycerin family in general, and it's easier also for people to understand the franchises, but the Glycerin Max is something different. I have nothing against it. It's a shoe in which I did some runs, I enjoyed it. I would, however, say that for my needs, the way I run, it's maybe a bit too heavy, it's maybe a bit too clunky, and I don't get the same feeling as in the Glycerin 22, so for me this is a B. Brooks Ghost 17. I'm gonna be honest with you, the Ghost 16 was a disappointment, a huge letdown for me. The Ghost 17 took this shoe, this franchise, this iconic model of Brooks to a different level and to something where I was actually excited running in a Ghost. Is it as exciting as a Glycerin? No, it is not, and therefore it's a B, but it's a very solid B, and it's a huge improvement over the previous Ghosts. Diadora Nucleo 2. Nothing against Diadora, I actually really like the brand, nothing against the Nucleo, but I didn't get any feelings in this shoe. I felt it a bit dull. I know some professional runners working with Diadora really like to use it as their daily workhorse, but for me there was no sensations, no emotions, it's a D. FILA Floatmaxx 2 Pro. A shoe that came from nowhere. I mean, it came from FILA, but it came from nowhere in the sense that I didn't expect anything in my mind. It's that huge boat. Andy and Ivan at Meta Endurance really liked it. They adored it. If you check their review on the website metaendurance.com, you can see how much they liked it. I actually liked it, but not as much as they did, and therefore it's a C. HOKA Clifton 10. The Clifton 9 was a shoe. The Clifton 10 is a completely different shoe, and that's a good thing, because the Clifton 10 is a god tier shoe. I'm gonna explain you why. The Clifton 10 is that shoe that you can pick from your shelves, put in your suitcase, and fly out for 2 weeks of vacation and never get bored of that shoe, never get bored of running, for a price point that is so reasonable. The Clifton 10 sits around at €150. You can find it again with code META on toprunning.com for a cheaper price. And you can just count on the Clifton. It's that reliable friend that you can always count on, and whenever you call them, they're available. That's the Clifton, and it's a god tier shoe. HOKA Bondi 9. The Bondi 9 is also a huge improvement over the Bondi 8, but for some reason, it's too heavy for me, too clunky, and compared to the Clifton, which is a bit unfair because I shouldn't compare shoes in between them for the classification purposes, it's definitely miles apart. I know some people prefer the Bondi, especially if you're looking for a shoe for standing on a daily basis, if you're working as a nurse or as someone who has a job where you're standing a lot, it could be a good shoe. It's also a good walking shoe. For running, it's fine, but I mean, for me, it's a C. HOKA Skyflow. The Skyflow will probably be sunset. I don't see this shoe continuing at HOKA, and to a certain extent, it's not a bad thing. It wasn't a bad shoe. It was actually a shoe that was runnable, but it wasn't providing any specific feelings. It was just another shoe without a personality, without a proper DNA. It's a D. KIPRUN Cushion 500. The Cushion 500 almost sits in a different category compared to all the daily trainers that we have here. It's coming at €70, 70, and you will not find it on top4running.com. However, it's interesting to have it here as a benchmark. It's a shoe that can be compared to the Pegasus 41. It's a good, reliable, entry-level daily trainers. You will not get any, dream runs in this shoe. But hey, if you want to spend less money than on the other shoes here, it's a good option, but it's a C. Mizuno Neo Vista 2. As you know, I'm not a fan of booty-style uppers, but for some reason I like the booty-style upper of the Neo Vista, and I really enjoyed the small improvements of the Neo Vista 2. It's in between a god tier and an A, and for me it's more of an A, but it's a very solid A. Mizuno Neo Zen. The Neo Zen is that sort of maximalist shoe at Mizuno with a ton of cushioning, lots of comfort. The booty style upper for some reason doesn't work as well as on the Neo Vista 2, but it does work. That being said, for me it's only a recovery shoe, maybe an easy run shoe, but you will not push this shoe to any faster paces than this. Because it's so limited and because I didn't quite enjoy it as much as I expected I would, especially based on how I enjoyed the Neo Vista 2, I would probably put it in a C. New Balance 1080 V14. The V13 was a home run. It was super soft. It was just a perfect shoe for whomever was looking for a daily trainer with lots of softness, lots of cushion, a very natural, gentle roll forward, and actually something that was, such an improvement over the V12 if you knew the V12. The V14 comes with a slightly thicker and harder rubber outsole, and in general it feels a bit harder compared to the V13. But that's not a bad thing. If you're just like me, kind of that mid-foot, forefoot runner, and you're pushing a lot on your toes, it will actually help you. And you will stop losing as much energy as you did in the V13. It will be a bit more used efficiently for your forward propulsion. And for me, this is a god tier. New Balance More V5. And you might be thinking, yes, the More V6 already released, but I didn't run in the More V6, so we're rating the More V5. In the previous video, we did the More V4, so next year you will get the More V6. And one day we'll catch up to New Balance. The More V6 is a maximalist daily trainer. It's comparable to the Neo Zen, to the Glycerin Max. I like cushion. I like having more foam under my foot. But for some reason, when there is too much of it, there's just too much of it. And the More V5 for me is a C. Nike Vomero 18. There's lots of Nike shoes because, as you know, Nike now has this sort of matrix of shoes with 3 franchises, Vomero, Structure, Pegasus, and 3 levels, base plus premium. So they have 9 shoes in theory, all of them didn't release, but you have many of them in this video if you're interested to see more. Vomero 18 is the base level of the Vomero franchise. I actually was always a fan of the Vomero line. If you remember early on the channel, we did the Vomero 15, I think, as one of the first reviews, maybe even Vomero 14. We're now, fast forward a few years, at Vomero 18. And it's a completely different shoe. They reinvented the Vomero franchise. The Vomero 18 is a great shoe, but because the other Vomeros are even better, it's only a B. Speaking of which, we're getting to the Vomero Plus. And the Vomero Plus is a remarkable shoe. It's actually the replacement of the Invincible franchise. It should have been the Invincible 4, but they put it in the Vomero franchise as the Vomero Plus. What's the difference between the base Vomero and this one? Well, this shoe comes with a full ZoomX midsole. Lots of cushion, lots of bounce, it's actually quite energetic. And if you're looking for that Invincible experience with a perfect lockdown, which the Invincible didn't have, get the Vomero Plus, which for me is a God tier. Nike Pegasus 41. The Pegasus 41 is a good shoe, period. But that's it. It stops at being a good shoe. I had fun runs in this shoe, but if you look at the market as a whole, the Pegasus 41 is actually quite boring. It's an old style shoe that has been slightly upgraded over the years without taking much risks. I was expecting something crazy for Pegasus 40 as the 40th anniversary of the shoe. Now maybe we're getting something exciting for 42 because 42 is the, marathon distance. The 41 sadly is only a D. On Cloudsurfer 2. The On Cloudsurfer 1 or Cloudsurfer 7 if you follow the Cloudsurfer history, but the new Cloudsurfer with the new CloudTech Phase technology was very, very soft, very mushy. It was one of these shoes where you could definitely feel if you were pronating too much, this shoe would not forgive it. Some people loved it, but there was one main issue, and that was the squeaking. The Cloudsurfer 2 is addressing the squeaking. The squeaking is now gone, and you're getting something a bit more firm, a bit more hard, without being too hard, too firm. I actually do prefer the Cloudsurfer 2, but many people do not. Therefore, if you are shocked by how I'm ranking it, it's just because it's my personal preferences. Again, in this video, it's all about how I rank the shoes. For me, the Cloudsurfer 2 is a B. Salomon DRX Defy Gravel. I'm not a fan, it's an E. Saucony Ride 18. A good surprise, a solid surprise. Coming out of nowhere, we got this shoe at TRE last year in a box that I didn't even pay attention to. Back from TRE, I'm putting this shoe on and I'm like, well, this could be a banger. And it is. At a very reasonable price point, Saucony has the perfect entry to mid-level daily trainer. I think for me this is a B. Topo Vista. Topo is a fun brand. They have this anatomic shape for your toes. They have a fun history, and I like Topo. I don't want to, be mean with them, but the Vista just isn't for me. It's so firm. It's such a brick. It's an E. Under Armour Infinity Mega. The Infinity Mega is that crossover between Under Armour and Speedland. You get the BOA technology on the shoe. You can adjust the dials as you wish, which is a good thing. It's, however, not that amazing. The fit is good. The fit is good, but it's not that amazing in terms of running sensations. It's very heavy. It's very clunky. You're not getting any fantastic running experience. It's a D for me. And with that, you get the 2025 tier list video. I don't know if there's more or less shoes than in 2024. What matters is really how diverse we managed to achieve this video to be. It's, I think, comprehensive enough for you to find the right shoe for your needs. I'm interested to see your questions. This is where we can have a discussion, a debate in the comment section. It's going to be either me or the team replying, but in any event, we'll try to get the answers to you. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you Top4Running for sponsoring this video. Use code META and ETA on top4running.com to get a discount. Enjoy your run today. Enjoy your ride. Go beyond your limits, and I shall see you in the next one.